Hey, CC of North Olmsted Tutors. We are here to discuss Week 2 Science. First one is number 24, Mirage. Why do we see the sun rise and set? How do mirages make us see what's not really there? Get the kids thinking and talking first. The point of mirage is to determine why the sun's image is seen before sunrise and after sunset. This anomaly, I never even knew that this happened until last time through this cycle. I think it's kind of a neat thing. We've noticed it since cycle 2, and we've been able to point it out to the kids. But there's a great picture of it in this notebook that you guys all have right at the front. And then the next page has more of a scientific diagram of how it works. But just to demonstrate how the sun does this or what it's doing, we will have a cup of water, and you will have bags here. Each class has its own bag, and inside is a penny and a clay ball. And this one I've already squished the penny into the clay ball. So you'll set it here. And Ryan, will you be my helper again? My cameraman. So I'm going to set this kind of eye level with him, and then I'm going to pour water in it. I want you to back.
Go to eye level with it.
Okay. Back up till you cannot see the penny anymore.
Okay. Here's good.
That's good. Okay. Now I'm going to pour the water over the whole thing. Can you see the penny now?
No.
No. So that didn't really work. So what the point is, we need the modeling clay, a small bowl that we can see through. Perhaps this cup wasn't, well, wait, I can see the mirage now. Here, wait, walk that way. Can you see 2 pennies anywhere?
Oh yeah, I see 2 pennies.
Yeah. So you see a mirage and part of that. So that's part of the fun of science, is it doesn't always work right at first. This clay will be just fine when it dries out. Definitely talk about each step as you go through that experiment, and talk about your procedure and the results so it appears to be in a different position in the bowl. And then why? Talk about the light and how it changes from the coin. Refraction in the water might be, and talk about how the water is like our atmosphere, and in this little model, and our atmosphere also can distort the sun. So definitely also read the conclusion in your discussion guide. You might want to show them this cool picture of the cups too. They might have already noticed that with the drinking straw. Why does the drinking straw look broken when you put it in there? So then we'll get on to our next experiment of numbers 26, Distortion. Thank you. We're here now with week 2, number 26, Distortion. So this can be done after your number 24, Mirage. And this is to determine how the atmosphere affects the viewed shape of the sun, which is a perfect follow-up to what we just did, how the sun has a mirage as it rises. So I will have all these little pieces of paper inside each box. So every student can get one. Every student can have a magnifying glass for this, and every student can have a compass with a pencil already in it. So this is when I'm going to need you to pick up the paper so they can see what I'm doing on the paper.
The paper or the camera?
Bring the camera over so they can see. You've already seen, you would have already talked about all your questions. How can the sun appear a different shape? What is distortion? Define that. Name it. What have you already learned? Have you learned anything about mirages or refraction? What do you still need to find out? So Ryan has it aimed right here. You're going to teach them to take the compass and draw a 1-inch circle. I don't know how much 1 inch matters. These ones don't have, so just take a guess. And you're going to teach them how to draw a circle on their page. And if they pick it up, they're going to need to find that center of the circle again. So it won't be a perfect circle, or it might be. Okay, so they draw the circle, and then you're going to take your magnifier, look through the magnifying glass at the circle. Then you're going to move it back and forth. What happens to the shape as you move it back and forth?
It gets blurrier.
It might get blurrier on this, but you'll see that,
It gets bigger.
yeah,
It keeps getting
as
bigger,
light passes through the
every
lens,
time.
it changes direction. The light changes direction. This change of the light's direction is called refraction. So that's something else you can name as refraction and define that. And we're attending to the atmosphere. We're thinking about how light comes through the atmosphere and how it affects how we see the sun. So definitely read through this. Read through your Van Cleve's explanation beforehand. This also has a second page with some great pictures, just like every other experiment. So I hope this helps you to know exactly how what you will have in your boxes for CC North Homestead Tutors. If you have any questions or anything to add, please let us all know. Thank you.
Leave a like and subscribe.